I'm looking at this woman, Monica, and I can feel the venom dripping off every word she says. She's standing there in her designer heels, looking at me like I'm something she stepped in on the sidewalk. I'm sitting across from her sister, Tiana, trying to have a civilized conversation about marriage, about saving our children, but Monica just won't let it breathe. She thinks she runs the world because her daddy has money and her skin is pale as porcelain, while I'm sitting here, a black man in a simple jacket, looking like I don't have 2 dimes to rub together. She leans over the table, her lip curling in disgust. "You," she laughs, and it's a shrill, awful sound. "Tiana, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Look at him. He looks like he just crawled out of a gutter. You think a man like this can provide for the Lewis family? He probably steals for a living. It's in his nature, isn't it? People like him, they don't know how to work hard. They just take." I clench my fist under the table. I'm Julian King. I own half this city. I could buy her father's company and burn it to the ground before lunch. But right now, for the sake of my son, I am playing the role of a poor, struggling assistant. And Monica is making it very hard not to break character. "And you," she sneers, turning her dead eyes onto Tiana. "You're divorced. You have a daughter. You're damaged goods. Mom said if you marry this thug, you leave that little girl behind. The Lewis family doesn't raise other people's trash. And him, he has a son, probably from some woman he abandoned. We don't mix with his kind. It's unnatural." Tiana looks ready to cry, but there's a fire in her eyes. She grabs my hand. "Julian treats me with respect. That's more than you've ever done." "Respect," Monica cackles. "Respect doesn't buy houses. He smells like poverty. He smells like cheap cologne and bad decisions. You look cheap standing next to him. You look homeless. But go ahead, marry the help. Just don't come crying to us when he shows his true colors and ends up in jail." That was it. I stood up. "We're leaving." "Run along, boy," Monica shouts after us, causing the whole restaurant to turn and look. "Go back to the hood where you belong. Don't dirty our air." We walked out shaking. I looked at Tiana. She was beautiful, broken, and desperate. I had a son, Zaire, who was autistic and hadn't spoken a word in years. She had a daughter, Bella. We were 2 desperate souls. "I can't offer you much right now," I lied, keeping my cover. "But I promise I will treat Bella like my own. I just need a mother for Zaire. And I need a father for Bella," she whispered. "Let's do it." We went to the courthouse that afternoon. No fanfare, no guests, just 2 people trying to survive. When we walked out, papers in hand, I saw a familiar BMW screeching toward us. It was Monica again. She swerved, nearly hitting us, and slammed on the brakes. She rolled down the window, her face twisted in a mask of pure hate. "Oh look, the rats got hitched," she spat. "Did you buy her with food stamps? You look absolutely pathetic together. A match made in the sewer." "Watch your mouth," I said, my voice low. "Or what?" she laughed. "You gonna hurt me? That's what you people do, right? You get violent. Go ahead, touch me. I'll have the police on you so fast your head will spin. My daddy owns the police in this town. You're nothing. You're less than nothing. You're just a dark stain on my windshield." She sped off, laughing maniacally. I looked at my beat-up minivan. I had to maintain the ruse a little longer, just a little longer. We moved into the apartment I'd set up, a modest place, clean but small. The moment Tiana walked in, my son Zaire ran out. He usually hides from strangers. He usually screams, but he stopped, looked at Tiana, and for the first time in 3 years, he opened his mouth. "Mommy!" Tiana dropped her bags. She fell to her knees and hugged him. Bella, her daughter, ran over and hugged my leg. "Daddy?" she asked. My heart broke and healed all at the same time. These kids, they looked so much alike. It was strange. The next day, the harassment escalated. I drove Tiana to the grocery store in my minivan. As we were parking, a luxury sedan blocked us in. It was Monica and her fiancé, Chad. Chad was a spineless coward who lived off his daddy's money, and he hated me just as much as Monica did. Well, well, Chad sneered, getting out. "If it isn't the garbage collector and his stray cat. Monica, look at his clothes. Did you find those in a dumpster, boy?" "Move your car, Chad," I said calmly. "Make me," he challenged, stepping into my personal space. He poked me in the chest. "You think you're tough because you're big? You're just a brute. You don't belong in this neighborhood. This is for civilized people, not for your kind." Monica was filming it on her phone, grinning like a shark. "Smile for the camera, loser. Everyone needs to see how the poor live. It's practically a documentary on wildlife." "You're blocking traffic," Tiana said, trying to be reasonable. "Shut up, you disgrace," Monica screamed at her. You bring shame to our family just by breathing, sleeping with this animal. Look at his skin. It's dirt. You're mixing your blood with dirt. I stepped between them, my presence towering over Chad. I didn't have to touch him. I just stared him down with the eyes of a man who runs an empire. Chad flinched. He backed up. Let's go, Monica, Chad muttered, suddenly scared. He looks crazy. You're lucky, Monica hissed at me. But tomorrow is Daddy's birthday gala. If you dare show your ugly face there, I'll have security throw you out like the trash you are. We went home, but the anger was boiling inside me. Tiana was crying in the kitchen. I can't go to the gala, she sobbed. They'll just humiliate us. We are going, I said, wiping her tears, and we are walking in with our heads held high. The next night, we arrived at the Lewis estate. I was wearing a simple suit, the best my assistant salary could supposedly afford. Tiana looked radiant in a dress she'd made herself. We walked in, and the music stopped. Monica was holding court in the center of the room. She saw us and marched over, grabbing a glass of red wine from a waiter. Who let the help in? She announced to the room. Security, why is this beggar eating our food? Her father, Richard Lewis, walked over. He looked at me with cold, aristocratic disdain. Tiana, he said, ignoring me completely. I told you not to bring him. He lowers the property value just by standing here. Father, he is my husband, Tiana said firmly. He is a mistake, Monica shrieked. Look at him. He's probably casing the joint to rob us later. Hey, boy, empty your pockets. I bet you stole silverware already. She threw the wine. It splashed all over my suit. The red liquid dripped down my white shirt. The room went silent. Oops, Monica smirked. Matches your eyes, red and angry. Now get on your knees and clean it up. That's what you're good at, isn't it? Serving us. I slowly took off my jacket. I wiped my face. I looked Richard Lewis in the eye. Is this how the Lewis family treats guests? I asked, my voice booming. You aren't a guest, Richard spat. You are a parasite. Get out of my house before I have you arrested for trespassing. Monica leaned in, whispering in my ear. You think you're a man? You're nothing. You're a placeholder until Tiana realizes she needs money. Then she'll dump you and come back begging. Go back to your jungle. I grabbed Tiana's hand. We are leaving, but remember this, Richard. Remember this, Monica. The next time we meet, you won't be looking down on me. We left, but Monica wasn't done. She started a campaign online. She posted photos of Tiana, claiming she was a thief, claiming she abused our children. She posted photos of me, captioning them with vile, racist filth. The beast, she called me. The thug. She rallied her rich friends to get Tiana fired from her job at the clinic. Then Tiana's grandmother fell ill. She needed surgery, expensive surgery. Monica blocked the funds. Let the old hag die, Monica told Tiana over the phone. I could hear her screaming. She raised you, didn't she? That means she's responsible for the trash you became. And your husband? Ask him for money. Oh wait, he can't even afford a band-aid. Go beg on the street corner. It's what your husband looks like he does anyway. That was the final straw. I drove to the hospital. Tiana was sobbing in the waiting room. They won't operate without a deposit, she cried. Monica froze the family accounts. I walked to the corner and pulled out my other phone, the black one, the secure line. It's Julian, I said into the phone. By the hospital now. 10 minutes later, the chief of surgery was running down the hallway, sweating. He bowed to me, confused by my shabby clothes, but recognizing the authority in my eyes. Mr. King, he stammered. My grandmother needs surgery, I said. VIP suite, best doctors now. Right away, sir. Tiana looked confused. Julian, how? I have some connections, I said softly. But Monica wasn't finished. She showed up at the hospital with Chad. She marched right up to us. I heard you're trying to scam the hospital, she yelled. I'm calling the police. There's no way a broke loser like you can afford this. You probably threatened the doctor, you savage. She poked me in the chest again. You hear me, boy? You're going to jail. And Tiana, you're going to watch him rot. You think you're better than me? I am pure, I am elite. You are dirt. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened. A group of men in $1,000 suits walked out. They were my board of directors. They saw me, paused, and walked straight over. Monica's jaw dropped. Mr. King, the lead director said, ignoring Monica. The acquisition of the Lewis Corporation is ready for your signature. Monica blinked. Mr. King, who are you talking to? This is the help. This is the assistant. I turned to her, I straightened my back, the facade dropped. The poor, struggling Julian was gone, the Wolf of Wall Street was back. Monica, I said, my voice ice cold, you have spent weeks insulting my family, you have insulted my wife, you have insulted my race, you have called me a thug, a beast, a beggar, you thought you were untouchable. Who are you? She stammered, backing away. I am Julian King, CEO of King Enterprises. I own this hospital. I own the bank holding your father's debt. And as of 5 minutes ago, I own your house. No, she screamed. You're lying. You're just a dirty. Say it, I dared her. Say one more word about my skin. Say one more word about my family. She trembled. She looked at the directors, then at me. The delusion shattered. Security, I called out. The guards stepped forward. Remove this trespasser from my hospital and tell Richard Lewis I'm calling in his loans today. You can't do this, Monica shrieked as they grabbed her arms. I am a Lewis. You are beneath me. You are nothing. I am the man who just ended you, I said calmly. As they dragged her away, kicking and screaming obscenities, Tiana looked at me, stunned. You're the billionaire. I'm your husband, I said, holding her hands. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wanted to be sure you loved me for me, not the money. I do, she whispered. But, Julian, there's something else, the kids. We looked at Zaire and Bella, playing in the corner. I did a DNA test, I admitted. When I found Zaire years ago, abandoned by the roadside, I saved him. But looking at Bella, Tiana, 5 years ago, were you at the Hotel Grand? She gasped. Yes, I was set up. Monica drugged me. I was there too, I said. I was drugged by a business rival. We found each other in the dark. Tears streamed down her face. You mean? Zaire isn't adopted, Tiana. He's my biological son. And Bella is my daughter. They are twins. We didn't just find each other. We reunited our family. But the story wasn't over. Monica had escaped the security guards. She was crazy, fueled by hate and humiliation. She rushed back into the waiting room, a scalpel she'd stolen from a cart in her hand. I'll kill you, she screamed, her eyes wide with madness. If I can't be on top, nobody can. You stole my life, you dirty, stealing rat. She lunged at Tiana. I didn't hesitate. I moved faster than she could track. I caught her wrist midair. I twisted it, forcing her to drop the blade. She screamed in pain, spitting in my face. You're an animal, she yelled. Let me go. That's the difference between us, Monica, I said, holding her fast as the police rushed in. You think having money makes you human. You think your skin color makes you superior. But you have a rotten soul. You're the ugly one. You're the savage. The police handcuffed her. Richard Lewis came running in, looking disheveled. Julian, Mr. King, please, he begged, falling to his knees. Don't ruin us. She's sick. She didn't mean it. She meant every word, I said, looking down at the man who had sneered at me only hours ago. You raised her to be this way. You looked at me and saw a servant. Now look at me. I am the one deciding your fate. Please, he wept. The police will handle Monica, I said, turning my back on them. As for you, Richard, get off my property. You have nothing left. They dragged Monica away, her screams echoing down the hall. I hate you all. You don't belong here. I hugged Tiana. I picked up Zaire in one arm and Bella in the other. It's over, I told them. Nobody is ever going to look down on us again. Nobody is ever going to hurt you again. Zaire looked at me, his eyes clear. Daddy, he said. I smiled, tears in my eyes. Yeah, son, Daddy's home. We walked out of that hospital, not as the poor assistant and the outcast, but as the kings. And for the first time in a long time, the world got out of our way.